Everyone, welcome to Lakewood Ranch. I'm here with Jack Cannon and Marc Rasmussen. Jack is the VP of John Cannon Homes, custom builder in Sarasota, almost 40 years. And we're standing in what, a $6 million home. So we're going to talk all things custom build and give you a great tour of this amazing luxury home. Oh, there's custom builders and there's production builders. Of course, John Cannon is definitely custom, high-end focused, right? Tell us about the differences between the two.
So at John Cannon Homes, we are a fully custom luxury home builder. And so really what that means is that whatever our customers can dream up, that's what we want to build. We want to build a home that they're going to be really proud of, that they're going to build and share their best memories that they have with their families. And so really what that means is we sit down with each one of them, understand what's important to them, and then begin designing the home around them with them in mind.
Jack, quick question. You guys have been in business like ever since I've been in this business. Well, how long? Like 40 years, 35, 40 years? A long
Going
time?
back to about 1990 was
1990.
when we first
Okay.
started getting going. Yeah.
And where did you guys start out? Where did you originally start? Palmer Ranch?
Palmer Ranch was one of our earliest master plan communities that we got involved with.
Yeah.
And so that was a big turning point in our company's business as far as moving from a smaller builder from building a couple houses a year into doing more higher volume like we do now.
So I think it's also important for to people to know that you don't just do like Palmer Ranch, Lakewood Ranch.
Correct.
You have done houses all over Sarasota and Manatee County.
Absolutely, yeah. So in our company's history, we've built over 400 waterfront homes in Sarasota and Manatee counties.
400 waterfront homes.
Yes.
Okay.
Which
I don't think a lot of people know that.
Yeah, you know, we the last couple of years we've gotten so busy out here in Lakewood Ranch, and Lakewood Ranch is a tremendous partner. And we love working out here and building out here. But yes, we absolutely are a builder on Siesta Key, Longboat Key, Casey Key, west of Trail, you name it. We have a rich history of building in those areas. And we're very proud of the work that we've done over there. And so, yeah, we are trying to remind people that that is a strong suit of ours. We're not just out here.
Do you have a preference in terms of, do you like to do the one-offs on like one lot on this awesome waterfront property, or do you like it over here? What's your preference?
You know, I wouldn't say I have a preference.
Yeah.
What I would say is those scattered lots, those maybe tear downs, those are sometimes more interesting projects because we're not working with the developer who already has a lot ready for us to build on.
It's somebody's baby.
Yeah, and it's just very fun to be involved in that process early on, and get to work with them on what their vision is.
Do you have architects in-house?
We do. We have full architectural services in-house.
Will you use someone else's architect if they want to build a house?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
not in Lakewood Ranch, but I'm talking a one-off somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know, part of the reason why I think we aren't seeing as many of projects right now out on West of Trail and on the Keys is that because we have all of our in-house architectural services, we don't refer out to architects when we have a customer come to us.
I see.
Whereas
that makes sense.
A lot of those builders out in that area do have architects that they work with because they don't have those services in-house.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
And while we love working with architects and they come with some awesome ideas and designs, because we have our services in-house, we generally can provide a much more cost-effective value to our customers because we have it in-house and can control it, and you're not paying as much of a markup.
Architects can be very expensive.
It can be incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
Last I was digging into it was about 11% of the cost of the
I was about to say,
I
was going to say like 10 to 15%, right?
It's a huge
Which
cost.
is a big cost.
Especially when you're talking about the types of homes that we're building like this right here.
And I'm not minimizing what they do. I think architects are extremely important, but when you factor in a 10 to 15% just for the design of the home, which the design is super important.
Absolutely.
You're like, holy cow, it's a lot of dough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, I'm very proud of the team we have in-house. And I think that the designs that we put forward in our model homes and the homes that are for our customers, which oftentimes we don't get to show off as much as our models, but I'm very proud of the work that they do. And I think that the work we do in-house rivals many high-end architectural firms.
Has the competition really increased in the last, say, 10 years, 20 years?
I'd say there's always been healthy competition in the market, and I think that that's good.
Yeah,
it brings out the best in everyone.
The cream rises to the top still.
Absolutely, and so I think it creates better value for the customer, which helps elevate everyone's game.
I guess speaking to the custom versus production, because this is a very custom builder and we're in a very custom house, probably the most unique house I've seen in Lakewood Ranch. Got the flat roof and everything, which is this the only flat roof in Lakewood Ranch?
It is. So
I was going to say, pulling up to it, I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah.
Well, I do need to recognize Lakewood Ranch for believing in this vision, because they obviously control the design guidelines in all of Lakewood Ranch. And so, we went to them and presented this idea and they were on board. And so we're very happy with how it turned out, but also very proud to be a partner of Lakewood Ranch and making something like this come true.
I'm surprised I am, and I'm not surprised they allowed it, because you are John Cannon. It's a really reputable company, obviously well known. So I guess that probably carried a bunch of weight.
Yeah, I'm making an assumption here, but I think it's because we have such a strong track record working together,
right.
And they know our attention to detail, our quality, and also our level of design,
right.
that they were comfortable with us executing on this vision.
And I will say, like, when I'm showing resale homes and I see a John Cannon home, it definitely you can feel the quality. We see tons of homes just like you guys do, and most of what we sell is resale, and so you can feel it from the second you step up to the house, from the exterior to the flooring to the finishes. So kudos to John Cannon, of course, for having a great reputation. What would you say the main differences between custom and production homes, if you had to pick something?
I mean, ultimately, it's whatever the customer wants with us. It means their ability to have a dream, have an idea, take it to us, and then we can execute on it, versus a production where, often it's a lower price point. So maybe lower quality materials, lower quality when it comes to, standards, finishes.
Right.
But again, just the ability to choose and to make changes throughout the process.
What, I guess going off on a little tangent, as I always do, what is the price range in homes that you guys have built, I guess, over the last maybe 5 years?
Well, over the last 5 years, it's changed quite a bit. The cost of building has gone up quite a bit during that time. Obviously, the start of COVID was quite a wild time in our industry.
No, not wild at all.
So that number has changed a lot. I would say right now, our average builds are hovering close to the $3 million mark.
So price per square foot, I know we get asked this a lot, right? What would you guess?
Oh, I'm not going to make a guess, but let me back to the price per square foot, because a lot of people use that as an idea on what things are going to cost to build a house. And I know that's hard. You guys hate that, I think, because I've talked to a lot of builders and they're like, dude, I could build something super with nothing in it or something like this. So it's a dramatic difference. But I mean, on a bare minimum, you guys have to have an idea what $1 per square foot would be to build something.
Well, it's not just about what you're building, but it's also where.
Yeah.
If you're building in a certain community, there might be certain fees that are associated with it that increase the cost of building there. Or it might be just site conditions. It requires a certain amount of dirt being brought in, a certain amount of foundation, maybe it's pilings, whatever. It's totally unique. And then you get actually into the finishes. The things that can slowly start to add up. So it's And as a custom builder,
300 to 250. I mean, is there a number?
I can build at pretty much any different price, but it just affects what
you build. Yeah.
So
whether it has a roof or not.
I wouldn't say that, but I would say, you know, in terms of.
So this is an amazing home with so many upgrades, and this sold for just over $6.
It sold for $6 million, and then it's on lease back for the next 2 years, so we can operate it as a model.
So this has everything you can think of in this house. How hard was it to? Now, was this a spec? No, we do not do a spec.
Model home.
Model home. How hard is it to price something like this?
Well, now that
because you've got everything in it, right?
Well,
so someone didn't come to you and say, "Build this."
Correct. This was purely a John Cannon Homes model. Okay. And so we designed it with that in mind.
Okay.
So this is where we want to bring clients of yours out, prospective clients out here, to show them what we can do in terms of quality, finishes, and all of those things. So
will Lakewood Ranch let you build more of these flat roof houses?
Yes, here in Kingfisher Estates.
In Kingfisher Estates, which is on this big lake, by the way. Waterside's just right over there. Waterside with all the restaurants and stuff is right there. This view is amazing. This water view is absolutely amazing. So you can build flat roof houses in Kingfisher, and that's going to be it. You don't think that'll change?
I doubt that Lakewood Ranch has much appetite in other areas.
That might make this more unique and more expensive. In a sense, like I have one of the few flat roof houses in Lakewood Ranch.
I wouldn't say more expensive, but definitely makes it more unique.
There's scarcity creates value, right?
Sure.
So,
but it doesn't, let's call it, increase our cost to
no, not increase cost, but for the guy that buys it,
yeah,
this could say, I really love that house, but
Absolutely.
It's the only one in Lakewood Ranch.
Absolutely. And so we have 4 lots left here in Kingfisher Estates, and so
I assume they're all on the water.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. We have 13 lots here, and only one of them is not on the water.
Okay.
And that was actually the first one that sold. It's a much bigger lot, and the people were really wanted the space that it had.
I see. So they didn't care about the water view.
They didn't.
And there was probably a dramatic difference in price, no?
It was priced accordingly.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, the sunset views.
Yeah,
I'll share some of the photos we have, but it's spectacular.
Nice.
It really is.
Let's just say I find a lot in town, not necessarily in a community like this, but let's just say it's, I don't know, east of trail, west of trail. What's the process? How do you go about, like, I buy the lot and then I just want to build a house, and like, what's the timeline? What's the process? How does it work for those people out there thinking of maybe doing something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So when a prospective client has a home site that they're thinking, maybe they haven't purchased yet, but they're in the process of identifying where they want to be and what they want to do. We, John Cannon Homes, do complimentary site evaluations, meaning we will physically go out to that specific lot and determine what's it going to take to build on there. You know, is it wells accepted? Does it have water and sewer?
So you can do setbacks and stuff like that,
all
right?
the setbacks. We do all the lot research, and we do all that completely complimentary, just to understand, hey, what's it take to build here?
Okay. Sorry to interrupt, but we have a lot for sale on St. Armand Circle.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it. It's a narrow lot. I think it's only 50 or 60 feet wide, but it's like, say, $4 million. Scraped a house, and we have it for sale. And we have someone interested in it, and they want to know what they can build. So we should probably have you guys out there. Yeah. So you would do that complimentary.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. So I'm sorry to interrupt. Keep going.
No, and so that's really step number 1 for us, is to be brought into the process, to go out there and use our experience, because obviously we've been doing this a long time. We understand what it takes to build regarding the certain situations, do that evaluation, and come back to them and say, here, these are, let's call it, the parameters in which you kind of need to stay within, where it's not a hidden, hey, sign this contract, and then as the bills come in, we add our markup, and then you just never know when it's
big surprise.
Stop. Yeah,
give us $50,000.
So we can be transparent and upfront and give people that comfort of knowing,
okay,
hey, if I buy this lot, here's what it's going to take to build on it. And then we start the design process, which is really the fun part of getting in there and making it work for who they are and their lifestyle.
I can tell you just from experience, I built a house like 6 years ago, and it is a lot. There are a lot of decisions.
It is.
And if you're not organized, it can be overwhelming. And if you don't have someone on the other side that's actually has some experience at this and doing a good job and like laying it out for you, it is overwhelming, and you're going to make mistakes. So it matters who you work with as a builder.
Absolutely. And I think one of the most important things, and you probably felt this, is it's an emotional process. For most people, it's a huge amount of money.
Sure.
And not only that, it's where you're going to have your oftentimes your best memories with your family.
Sure.
We deal a lot in resale, and of course a lot of these older homes are starting to get older homes that we talked about with Josh Jankowski on the channel too. They're starting to get to the point where they're tear downs. And I know, I mean, island properties are going to differ in cost, like you said, from mainland properties and island to island. But one of the common questions we get is, how much does it cost to tear the house down? I think people are under the assumption, if they're not from here, if they haven't built, that it's like so much extra to tear a house down. But I have a house on North Longboat Key on the Manatee County side. It's the little cottage house. It went under contract in 19 days, but it's a small little house, and people are like, how much does it cost to tear it down? I mean, a small house like that would be what? You don't know that. I mean, it's a 1,200.
I don't know anything about that specific one, but I'd say something like that, you're probably looking in the $20,000 to $30,000 range.
And off camera, we were talking about some of the surprising areas where they're starting to tear down. You mentioned one community that's kind of surprised me, which was
Laurel Oak. It was surprising to me as well. You know, I have very fond memories going to Laurel Oak as a kid. That's where we went trick-or-treating. It was just a very fun neighborhood. And it's it's so interesting that here in Sarasota and Florida, you know, these homes that are not that old are getting torn down. Now, to be fair, those homes were built before updated building codes, especially related to hurricanes when it comes to different strapping for the roofs.
Are they
and all those
90s, some
things.
of them? Or
some of them are
early
90s.
90s, yeah.
But then also, we've seen the value of the lots go up so dramatically here. And when the value of the lot outweighs the value of the home, it can make financial sense.
Right.
It's just kind of interesting and surprising sometimes when you come across those where you're like, wow, I never thought here in 2026 that we would already be back in this neighborhood that we were in building, you know, earlier in the history of John Cannon Homes.
Well, and it's like, do you deal with try to work around a really old floor plan at that point? Because it's just like better just to tear it down, maybe. I guess the cost difference is...
You guys are probably seeing this where in the resale market where you have, let's call it a house that it really needs to be updated. And you're wondering, how far do we go in a remodel before it makes sense to just tear it down and start over new?
Right.
It's a really fine line, and it's different for everyone in different situations.
Yeah.
But we are seeing more and more people choose, and it's making financial sense to tear down and build new.
Well, especially if you're on the waterfront too, there's the 50-50 rule. So there's a lot of different rules and regs that come into play. And we have an agent, Josh, who's been on the channel, has a client that's been buying up some of these properties as well.
Yep. We've got a client that's bought up 2 on Siesta Key, under contract for a 3rd. He's looking to buy more, and so we'll set you up with him. But so I think
there's opportunity, by the way. Yeah. I see some lots available for sale on Siesta Key that I think are priced very attractively.
Well, Siesta Key took a big hit because of hurricane. There's so much damaged property there, and you know, some people don't want to be on the islands. So there is opportunity up there, and you know.
With that being said, you know, I know my parents live on the Key. The storm surge during the hurricanes last year was very stressful for them.
Yeah.
You know, when you evacuate, what am I coming back to? What's the situation going to be? And some people are saying, I'm done. I don't want to deal with that stress in my life anymore.
Yeah.
We're seeing...
So there's opportunity.
Well, not only, I think there's opportunity on the Key where there are some lots available for sale.
Oh, you're seeing them come out here.
I'm seeing them come right here to Kingfisher
Lakewood Ranch. Yeah,
you know, again, this water view we have here, not only is it spectacular, but it doesn't come with the storm surge.
Sure, yeah.
So we're starting to see some of that change where people are choosing to come off the Key and come out here.
We've seen that for years. They've done the beach thing. They've been maybe in a condo on the beach, and then they go to downtown condo because they've done. It's like I've been to the beach a million times, or they've been on the Keys and they're like, let's go to Lakewood Ranch because they're golfers, or they just want, like you said, no stress. The less stress in a storm. So how about we end on this? I didn't really know this. So you said you just went trick-or-treating in Laurel Oaks as a kid.
Yeah, I did.
This is a family business. Your dad started it, and your whole family's in it, right?
Yes, and I do want to give credit to my mother. She's been there since day one,
Yeah.
so it's definitely been a.
She's the nucleus.
She
Yeah.
she is in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
She's the the glue.
Yeah.
I'm very proud to be a part of this business. It is a family business. I'm very proud of the legacy that my parents have built and the business they've built, and obviously it's my number one priority to kind of carry that forward.
Mm-hmm.
My sister is now in the business as well, so it truly is a family affair.
It's important to people to know that, because
Absolutely.
when you're building a house for them, especially at this level at cost, they want to know that you're going to be around in 5 years.
Absolutely, and I think I also want people to know just how much we really care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that matters to people.
You're not going anywhere. You're going to be here.
We're here.
Yeah.
We have strong roots in this community, in this area. We plan on being here for a long time, continuing to do what we do. And so, yes, we're very proud of what we've been able to accomplish.
Good. Well, congratulations on your success. So,
Thank you.
Yeah.